In lane number 9, Leighton Brillo-Sonino. In lane number 8, Ryan Sunshine. In lane number 7, Alex Bosenhard. In lane number 6, Corey Lunny. In lane number 5, Jeremy Vigneault. In lane number 4, Sebastian Medina, under 30. In lane number 3, Trevor James. In lane 2, Austin Spencer. And in lane 1, Owen Bernstein. 10 seconds. Stand by. And day number 2 of your individual competition here at the East Region. And starting off with our gentlemen flying high on those rings for a chipper with a 13-minute time cap. All of the gymnasty fashion, 9 muscle-ups. Then it's a handstand walk through the same course you watched our teams complete yesterday. And then on to 36 pistols. They'll then handstand walk back. Complete muscle-ups again. The same walk, 45 pistols. Walk back, and the final round, 9 muscle-ups. The handstand walk course, and 54 pistols. As our first athlete already through the first obstacle, going to be the Southeast transplant Ryan Sunshine, but now passing him up is Spencer in lane number 2, purple shirt. So working on those single-legged squats down in lane number 2. Both rocking their Misfit tees as Corey Lunny joins him. The 2 men in the purple shirts leading the charge. And now they'll be joined by Ryan Sunshine and Bosenhard, as well as Trevor James in lane number 3. Again, this first round, see that big number out on the floor, 36. The number of pistols they're shooting for. Before they can head back to the rings, they must handstand walk through the course again. So it's a total of 5 trips on the obstacle course of the handstand variety. So Spencer proved to be the most proficient on the handstand walk through his first trip. As his judge's hand is up in the air, Corey Lunny getting close as well, but it's going to be Ryan Sunshine. Oh, but Ryan having some confusion, but now up and at him. So it's actually going to be Spencer starting first, but he's going to kick down. It's Sunshine, Lunny, and Spencer. Sunshine being conservative, stopping after the first obstacle. Lunny going to try and keep going to overtake the lead. Up and down the steps. And Corey Lunny back to round number 2 of those ring muscle-ups. Ryan Sunshine and Spencer quick to follow. Not to mention Alex Bosenhard in the camo shorts as well. So Lunny and Sunshine exhibiting synchronized muscle-ups on the rings at the moment. So I expect them both to get off at about the same time. Looks like he got a no rep there. That's Sunshine, the CrossFit Jetty athlete. Gonna jump back up again. Pacing himself, Lunny staying unbroken. So he will be your leader as he takes a quick second. So the purple shirted Lunny kicks up, but doesn't even get over the first step. Here goes Sunshine now, and Spencer walking back to the course. So it's going to be Sunshine, just as was the case in round one, the first to get over obstacle one. Going to take a quick break. Spencer crushed his first trip. He's also going to get through the first obstacle, as will Lunny. Lunny and Sunshine both getting over that obstacle, but it's going to be Sunshine starting on those pistols first, as well now as Bosenhard. So 4 competitors distinguishing themselves from the rest of the Heat 1 field here to kick off day number 2 of your individual competition at the East Regional. So about 3 pistols behind is Lunny. Sunshine looking to improve upon his 34th place coming into today. As Bosenhard and Spencer also threw their first 15 pistols. They're going to move up every 15 as they work towards that 45 number. 30 in for Sunshine. Lunny moving up, Bosenhard now contending for second place. Sunshine in the Michigan shirt, Bosenhard in the camo and green, and then Lunny in the purple shirt as Sunshine heads on back to tackle the obstacle course handstand portion of this event again. Whoa, a little freestanding handstand push-up action, but couldn't stay up. Might open up a window for Bosenhard or Lunny, who are now making their way back. Sunshine now going to be able to get up and over as he sticks to the conservative strategy he's employed thus far. Getting over and taking a big long rest as Lunny kicks up, does not get up. What about Bosenhard? And it looks like Spencer pulling ahead into second as Sunshine back to the rings. Spencer trying to stay unbroken. He will also complete the course. So it goes one Sunshine and the race for second between Bosenhard and Spencer. And with such a skillful movement as this handstand walk obstacle course, you definitely don't want to count the chickens before they hatch. You're going to probably still see some lead changes between your top 5. You get caught up on that thing, it could certainly set you back as we near the 8-minute mark in this 13-minute captive head. Let's see if Sunshine still has it. Ryan kicking up. Almost losing it, but recovering. Just got to get across that line. He's got it. Ryan Sunshine with a rep lead because he's gotten through the course. Here comes Lunny now kicking up. Nope. Spencer down the other end. We're going to draw even with Sunshine, but just as he crosses the line, Sunshine is back up and at him. Ryan Sunshine of CrossFit Jetty, and it's good. Wow, just kept his toes off the ground. A good call by his judge as he gets back to those single-legged squats. Just got to keep those feet off the ground and get your hands across the line. That's just what Ryan did. And now he'll seek to extend his lead here in the final set of squats. And here comes Spencer. 18 reps in is Sunshine as Spencer gets to work. And now Bosenhard eliciting a little reaction from the crowd. He will sit in third. $27 for Sunshine, $9 for Spencer. Corey Lunny trying to join these guys on those pistols. And he'll do it, jogging over, nearing the 10-minute mark. Spencer, about 12 reps behind on the pistol, making 15. Here comes Sunshine. And the regionals veteran, moving up to New York to start his career, is looking to finish up. 9 reps to go. And to close out heat number 1, setting the time to beat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Ryan Sunshine. The race continues for second. Bosenhard and Spencer. Now Lunny getting pretty darn close. Gonna be Bosenhard just ahead of Spencer. It could be a photo finish. Just past that 11-minute mark. 5 reps to go for Bosenhard and no rep for Spencer. Second place is his if he wants it. And Bosenhard crossing the line. Now Austin Spencer clocking in third. Corey Lunny a few reps away as well. The CrossFit Shrewsbury competitor finishing up his first event of the day. "90 seconds remaining, athletes. 90 seconds. 18 reps in. Is the man himself, Trevor James. A long-time CrossFit Milford competitor. Seeking to finish this thing up beneath the cap. He's got just over a minute to do it. And 27 reps to go.
Let's get crushed it. Crushed it.
$18 to go for Trevor James. You got to watch his CrossFit Milford squad do great work earlier today. As Bernstein tries to get up and over. And he will. Final 9 reps to go with 20 seconds remaining for Trevor James near the finish mat. 15 seconds, a few reps to go. 10 seconds. And Trevor crosses the line. 5, 3, 2, 1, and time.
In Albany, New York, inside the Times Union Center, it is day 2 of the 2018 CrossFit Games East Regional. It is moving day as we get set here for heat number 2 of event number 3. I'm Jeff Private alongside Tanya Wagner. On moving day, we have one guy that needs to do a lot of moving, and that's going to be Alec Savino.
He's in a heat that we're not used to seeing him in. Usually he's in the final heat. He's in the second heat today. We're about ready to watch him, and he has a lot of work that he needs to do today. A lot different tests that he's going to have right now. A lot of skill, technique. Yesterday was all the volume. So much work that he needed that really took it out of him. So today he has a different set of tests, and we're going to see how he matches up compared to those events.
Let's see how they line up as we will watch Alec Savino intently to see if he can push himself up the leaderboard. He is in lane number 7. Right now, your highest ranked athletes here in Heat 2 will be Harrison 4, Kyle Kant in 5, and Stephen McKenzie in lane 6. Also a Games veteran up there in lane number 1, the Canadian Paul Tremblay. That's how they line up here, a 9-person heat.
And these guys are going to have their work cut out for them with the muscle-ups and the single-leg squats. That's going to be moving pretty fast through those portions of the event, but really it's going to be all about the handstand walks and how they tackle these obstacles. So it's 3 rounds for time. It's 9 muscle-ups. They're going to do the handstand walk over the obstacles. Then they're going to hit a set of single-leg squats. We call them pistols. And then they're going to go back to the handstand walk to the muscle-ups. Muscle-ups stay the same, but the single-leg squats go 36, 45, and then 54.
Just saw Alec Savino a moment ago as we are underway, and Alec Savino trying to make up some time in 23rd to 76 points. 60 points behind Chase Smith, who is 136. So even though 23rd, Tanya, sounds, oh, that's not good at all. He's in the second heat. He's got no chance. He's out of it. Now there's 400 points available. Now there's a lot of people you got to get through, but 60 points is not insurmountable. 400 points on the line.
You know what, Jeff? First, all the way to 5th, go to the games. That's his ultimate goal. He might not be taking the region, but he wants to get to the games. He has the capacity to do that. He's just going to have to push it. He has the ability on his hands. If we look at 18.4, he was 7th worldwide in the handstand push-up, walk, and deadlift. So he has the capability on his hands. If that's any indicator, he does fine, but he is going to need to push it because so do a lot of the other guys out there on the floor.
You mentioned it earlier today. He posted last night, not the day he wanted it at all, but dealing with a little bit of illness, a little bit of a sinus infection, I believe that he said, and hopefully, as he said, got some sleep, got something to eat, and see how he does today.
Well, that right there wasn't a great sign.
And this is really what this event's going to come down to. Much like the team event we saw on team event one yesterday, you can go fast in the muscle ups. You can go really fast on the single-legged squats, the pistols, but can you navigate the gymnastics portion, the high skill movement?
Well, and a lot of these athletes, they made up their own version of this apparatus, of this obstacle in their own gyms. But the thing is, it's a lot different when you get it here and you're feeling what that really feels like with the cushion and the give and all of that. So sorting this out might be just to work the kinks out that first round, but he will have to go back through. The other thing is, it depends, if you're an athlete that prefers the stepping or the incline, it really depends on your strengths as an athlete or what your preference is. So maybe he does better in the stepping portion and turning it around.
They'll move the markers forward every 12 reps in the round of 36 single-leg squats in a 13-minute time cap. We are just underway here. This is heat number 2, and there goes Josh Workman, 33rd in the Northeast out of Norwalk CrossFit. He's just 19 years old, started in 2014, and again, we talked about how great the event was for him yesterday. Josh Workman, the triple threes, event number 1. And for a brief moment, thought he was going to have a chance to win it. Kind of died out a little bit on the air runner. Ended up with a 10th place finish, but he did that with 2 prior collapsed lungs.
And I wondered if that was a little bit of a rookie mistake, going a little hard when we get out there, get a little excited. But he really did hold his own among the competitors here as the youngest in the field. And he sits in 26 overall, but right now I'm impressed again to see that he's just feisty. He has a lot of fire in him.
This could prove good for him. These next few events, the weightlifting event, the event number 2, Linda, gave him some trouble. 35th overall, but he got that 10th place finish so we could see his aerobic capacity, his metabolic conditioning. So these next 4 days, you don't have any 1-rep maxes or tons of barbell. He can really move back up the leaderboard as well. And here's where you have to be careful, Tanya, is the muscle ups, not a lot of them today, but there's enough that if you hurry through them, it's really going to affect you on the handstand walk.
Exactly. There's no rush there. Push your squats, push your pistols. You don't need your legs for handstand walking, so that is the race. It should be on those single-legged squats. But when you're on the muscle ups, round 2, round 3, be aware. There's no problem. There's no reason you can't do 3-3-3 or breaking 5-4. If you need to, just take some tension off those shoulders.
There's Alec Savino again. Savino needing to make a move. First in Canada East, second in the Open, the fittest in Quebec. out of CrossFit Quebec City, 25 years old, a two-time Games veteran. Let's go to lane number 2. And Josh Gervais out of Strongmill CrossFit in Welland, Ontario, 7th in Canada East. He was 81st worldwide. A year ago, he was 10th in the regional, 4th in regional event for last year, which included the handstand walk. So this should be a very good test for him.
And he's moving quickly through these single-legged squats. Still does little toe grab, these long legs there. You don't see that as often anymore, but he is moving quickly. That's what he needs to do right here. The thing is, when you're moving that fast through the pistols, the next time you go in the handstand walk, you're breathing a little heavy, and that does affect us. It's harder to get yourself stable, especially up those stairs.
In this round of 45 pistols, you can see those lane markers, the chest pieces. They'll move up every 15 reps in the round of 45. And again, here's your battle right now. Josh Gervais here in lane number 2, shirtless with the black shorts. Off to his right, Jake Marconi out of Full Range CrossFit in Providence, Rhode Island. He's in the army green top and the black shorts. He started CrossFit, Marconi, a neat story, to kind of help his high school football team take their training to the next level, and now he finds himself at the regionals.
He accidentally got really fit that he made it to the regionals. I don't think it was an accident. He's moving well. Also on his pistols, he's kind of in the bottom. He looks like a little more labor getting out, but doing well enough. One-legged squats have come a long way, Jeff, from the years that we first saw them. There's a lot of skill, technique, coordination involved, but the biggest thing is really the guys have the strength in their legs. It's the flexibility to get themselves down there. If you have that ankle flexibility, the longer heel cords, or you can stretch those out, get in the right position, you can use that strength.
David Carmino here in lane 9 in the navy top of the black tights, moving the piece forward out of CrossFit Queens in Astoria, New York. He was part of Team Dynamics back in 2016 that finished 4th at the games. 32 years old, 5'10", 195 pounds, and I love his bio. Told you about this guy yesterday. Why does he do CrossFit? I look decent in a tank top. I'm able to eat burgers on a weekly basis, so that's pretty darn sweet. Gotta love David Carmino.
He's a character. He always brings a lot of energy, and he coaches some of the athletes here, and he knows what he's doing. He's a veteran athlete. He's just aware. He's a good competitor.
And we go back to Josh Gervais, right now your leader. Now just midway through this 13-minute time count, just past the 6.5-minute mark. Very smooth here on the muscle-ups. He is in no rush whatsoever, and you do not need to be. Back to Carmino on the right side of your screen, and Alec Savino in the white top, red shorts. Ryan Sunshine in heat number 1 got a 10:34.46. So that's a time to beat here.
And a lot more of that kip. You see a bigger kip. Watch their hips. First set, they weren't using as much of that kip and as much of the pop from their hips. They weren't recruiting much of that because their shoulders were fresh, but now the fatigue is setting in, so you're going to see a little different effort. They do need to work a little harder to get themselves up and over the rings. They don't want to use the shoulders. They want to save those arms, so they should use their lower body, get that momentum from their powerhouse, from their hips, from their core.
Savino makes it across, so now he will get into the final round in 9 muscle-ups, the handstand walk, then it'll be the 54 single-leg squats. That is what Josh Gervais is about to go to work on. As he squats down and takes a look at that final obstacle. He's shirtless with the black shorts at the top of your screen. Here he comes. We talk about movements that fatigue you, and you have to be patient and wait, like handstand push-up. Same thing with the handstand walk. If you're not 100% confident you're going unbroken, stop when you get across that first yellow line. Take your time, because if you go too fast, you're done.
You want to make that concentrated, all-out effort. When it's go time, it's go, no hesitation.
Good Josh Gervais. And now back to Savino. White top and the red shorts. Savino trying to climb this leaderboard. Has 60 points he needs to make up over 4 events. It's about 15 points an event to get up into that top 5 by the time we are done tomorrow. By the way, the event record was just past Mitchell Adams over in Europe, 8:33.67. He did it because he had lightning fast pistols. Made his way through the muscle ups, through the obstacle, but he had lightning fast pistols.
And those lightning fast pistols were fast, but that means he also didn't mess up on any other part. He didn't have any other trip ups, and that's what you have to have, a perfectly clean run in this event. And then be able to execute where you can. And this is the fastest portion it can be where you make up any ground, because you don't need to hold back. There is no pacing on these. You don't need your legs for any other portion of the event.
Vino trying to make his way back. He makes the familiar, what we see a lot of people, especially in the videos the last month or so, the face plant trying to go up that ramp. Here's the race. Gervais on the left side of your screen, shirtless in the black shorts. Jake Marconi right behind him in the right in the green shirt and the dark shorts. They're moving the piece forward every 9 reps in the round of 54. And Gervais is nearly done. Here comes Vino trying to stay in 3rd place overall here in heat number 2. And he would really like to get ahead to that 10:34 if he can. I don't know if he's going to make it, but you need to stay up in this top 5 at least in this heat. Still got 2 more heats coming.
And with that, that last round he'll have, hopefully he'll take a little more time before he makes an attempt on the second obstacle, because it's that incline after the decline that he's struggling with. And it's a big difference. Your weight shift has to be completely different.
Let's see if Marconi can catch up with Gervais here. He's in the same lane, but it'll be Gervais who gets in at 10:10 unofficially, and that is going to be the new time to beat. And right now, there goes Jake Marconi right next to him in the green top, and Marconi now currently 2nd overall with 2 heats remaining. Can Vino get in at 10:34? No, he is not. He still has several to go. He still has 18 more to go after this set of 9. We had several cap out in the first heat. It's a 13-minute time cap, so Vino's going to get in under the cap unless he just suddenly loses his pistols. Behind Vino, that's Josh Workman again in the blue top in the red shorts.
And this tells me Workman probably came out just a little bit too hot. He could have probably throttled back just a bit on that first round, because he did lose that ground.
He must have lost it on the muscle ups or the handstand, because this pistol cycle is very quick back there, and that's Workman in the blue top, and that's Vino in the front of your screen. It was going to be one of the favorites. Still can catch up here. Doesn't need to win every event, but he just needs to make up some time, as Vino has 9 pistols remaining. 13-minute time cap, so over a minute and a half remaining. And Workman trying to track him down. He won't catch him completely, but he made up a lot of ground. Vino's going to get in about 11:29 unofficially. So we'll see how that stands up. You still have 2 full heats remaining. Boy, Workman's pistol cycle really impressed.
Such great balance. He really is balancing both legs and just great speed. I like that. I like the gusto he has.
David Carbonneau in lane number 9 will be your next finisher. Carbonneau, again, the 32-year-old out of CrossFit Queens, 28th in the Northeast. And he'll have another 18 pistols following this. Carbonneau, 27th overall with 70 points, a 33rd in the first event, and then made up some ground, a nice 12th place finish in Linda in event number 2 yesterday.
He's a strong athlete. He's a taller athlete too, so for pistols, sometimes the bigger guys, taller guys, they have longer levers. It is harder to get that balance in there, but he is doing a nice job keeping himself composed here for the final last few that he has.
He'll get in under the cap. He's got 30 seconds. He's going to have plenty of time to finish this. 4 remaining. So down to 20 seconds remaining for David Carbonneau. He is in under the cap, and he's going to be the last one that's going to finish this event. Everyone else is far enough away, struggling on the handstand walks, that they're not going to get in under the cap. But you ended up with 5 athletes that did get in, led by Josh Gervais, unofficially a 10:10, as we will run into the 13-minute time cap, and we are through 2 heats with 2 heats remaining here. But Josh Gervais, really nice job in pacing and getting to the handstand walks.
He did. He made a clean run every time on his hands, and then it was solid on those pistols. The muscle ups were fluid. He could break them up where he needed to, when he needed to, but just a nice clean run.
And that will wrap it up for the second heat. Josh Gervais right now your overall leader with 2 heats remaining. Heat 3 is on the way. Stay tuned. We got a special guest here from the East Regional in Albany, New York. We've completed 2 heats of event number 3 in the individual men. We get set for heat number 3 inside the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. I'm Jeff Prywell alongside Tanya Wagner, and we're joined by my broadcast partner from a season ago and 3-time Affiliate Cup champion, James Hobart, as we get set here for event number 3, which is going to include, Tanya, a high skill movement.
It is. It's going to include handstand walks with an apparatus. James, that's something that you were practicing a couple weeks ago. How'd that go for you?
My apparatus didn't look as fancy as these, but it didn't go that well. I had set up some steps with plates, came down and hit my foot, and got a little injury there, but I guess that's just the name of the game.
And that is what happened. Is again, James Hobart on the obstacle. The homemade obstacle took a little bit of a spill. He'll be out for competition, as you see, the right foot in a boot. So unfortunately, we won't get to see James, but glad to have him here on heat number 3. Let's take a look at how they are lining up here in heat number 3 as they are underway. They'll start it off with the 9 muscle ups, and the danger here, not the 9 muscle ups. That's no problem for a regional caliber athlete, but you could blow yourself up before you get to the handstand walks.
Well, it's 3 rounds of them, and so 9 muscle-ups by themselves is not a lot, but if you have any hesitation or apprehension about the obstacle and being on your hands, then you just need to go a little more casual with the muscle-ups, because coming down for a second or 2 is better than failing on the obstacle and having to go back and wasting a lot of that shoulder strength.
So 13-minute time cap, and here is the risk, the danger here on these handstand obstacles. You go up the stairs, then down the ramp. You can brake when you get past the yellow line, or hey, you can just go unbroken.
James, what do you think here when you're looking at this and when you saw it first announced? Is this what you expected a lot of the athletes? Are you surprised by any of this?
I think looking at what we saw from the Invitational last year, I wasn't surprised to see some sort of obstacle, but I didn't expect that they would build something specifically for the regional, and this is absolutely amazing because it's pretty harmless, but an excellent challenge.
Tim Paulson right now, the early lead that got over the handstand walk unbroken. Paulson was 19th in the games a year ago. He is first to the Northeast, 9th worldwide out of CrossFit Palace in Ithaca, New York. So again, Tim Paulson, a 20th and a 6th place finish yesterday here in the camo shorts and the green top.
He does well in his hands. He has strength in his shoulders, so he can do well. Needs to do well today. One of the taller guys, and you know, the pistols really, these one-legged squats, they have come so far. The athletes know to expect this. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a weighted one-legged squat here at the regional level. I really expected Dave Castro to do a little bit more with that since they've been around so long.
Guys, kind of my pick to click or got man to watch in this event to be Cody Mooney. He finished 17th in the games last year. He's currently in 15th place in this region, so somewhat of an unfamiliar position for him. I got to talk to his coaches. They said Cody on game day is always in the zone, kind of that eyes forward, head down. A lot of his experience is based on years past. 2015, he just missed qualifying for the games. 2016, he went team, and 2017, of course, last year he went to the games. But he's very confident in abilities. He loves the odd object events. He was really looking forward to the handstand walk here in this event, and he wants it to be as awkward and as difficult and as different as it possibly can and rely on his athleticism. So Cody Mooney, one of those names to watch, shoot up that leaderboard here in day 2.
Another one of the athletes, thanks, Nick, that we have seen go unbroken early in this event, and back to Tim Paulson. He went unbroken to start things off with. Again, he was in the games a year ago, 5-time regional athlete, big breakout season last year.
Tim's such an amazing athlete to me. I saw on his Instagram recently, he said he loves high skill movements, and if you look at him, you usually think that's stuff reserved for the smaller athletes, and Tim is a mountain of a man, but he moves extremely well and is not seeming to have too much of an issue with the higher skill movements here in this workout.
He just hit the turbo boost on the fitness there.
I think that's a cool element in this event too, that you have the muscle ups, and so it really is, if you were scared looking at this and you have a handstand walk, you're like, shoot, now I have to slow down on the muscle ups. But if you're good, you're like, oh yeah, I can rip them out and go through that, and now I'm gonna separate myself even more from the people who can't do this.
Exactly, it's not the rep volume of the muscle ups here. 9 muscle ups on 3 rounds is nothing for these guys. It's how does it affect your handstand walk? Have you practiced a high skill movement under fatigue?
So we've been watching Paulson, we've been watching Mooney, but look out on lane number 7 near the bottom of your screen, shirtless with the black shorts, Samuel Cornier, 14th in Canada. He's had a deck of CrossFit, just 22 years old, a 9th place yesterday in event number 1, the triple 3, and kind of fell down in 23rd with the barbell movement in event 2 in Linda. Right now, he is leading this event. They're moving forward every 15 reps here in the round of 45 single leg squats.
What I like that Cornier is doing here, if you just look at his movements, his cycle time is really fast. We talk about the difficulty of the pistol. These guys are actually also making the movement look pretty good. The heel is down, the knee's driving out in line with the toe, and they're coming up nice and fast.
Cornier, slight lead, has both hands up. Now with Paulson and Cornier, 1 and 2, and Mooney in the background. You can see there the white sleeves and the black shirt, but Cornier, now they're tied. They're going to move the piece up at the exact same time, and Paulson gets a 1-rep lead. But as you mentioned, it is Cornier with a little bit quicker cycle time. But still, this is going to come back down to who can get the handstand walk back to the rings.
Well, the other thing is that as your reps go up and you're trying to keep that speed, the heart rate starts to go up, and that's where it's harder when you're breathing that hard to balance. And then know you're going to flip back up. You know, it's not just the leg strength. Some of that can affect you, and you're kind of weighing that. Do I push it here? Do I push that? Because it's affecting my lungs as well.
All right, I'll pose this question to both of you, both being Games veterans. We'll start off with James. Early in an event like this, 13-minute time cap, you can afford maybe to be patient, wait till you're ready. But now you're going head-to-head. You know you're tied, Paulson and Cornier. Now it really plays in your head. How long do I wait? But I need to go because I'm going to, we're tied here.
Yeah, I think if you know you can win an event like this, you just go out and win. Other than that, you really got to keep eyes forward here and just race your own race because you don't want to have a misstep on the handstand walk. That's a really costly no rep.
So Paulson back to the rings. The final 9 muscle ups, and then he'll navigate the handstand obstacle course back to his 54 one-legged squats. And again, it's going to be Paulson, Cornier, and Mooney. Those are your top 3 here. Coming up with a halfway mark of the 13-minute time cap.
And Paulson is just dominating. He really is aggressive. And it's like you said, James, it's like only the athletes really know how they feel. We're guessing, we're going off of things we're watching for, little, facial expressions, little fatigue, little bobbles, but really they know if they're in control of the race. And that's every athlete knows it, whether I'm behind because I know it's hurting me a lot and they still look good, or no, I got them and I have more in the tank and I know I can push. It really comes down to that. I really love the way Paulson is still attacking the rings. If that's any indication he still is feeling good, I'm hoping he can just keep that speed.
Trying to chase down Josh Gervais. You just saw 10-10, 8-6. Now Paulson's going to get this handstand walk, and they'll get on 54 pistols, one-legged squats. He's going to have to navigate the second. Couldn't go unbroken there. While we've got a little time before he gets the 54 one-legged squats, of course, we talked about your unfortunate injury, but you have a lot of interest bearing in here, especially in the team competition we saw earlier. You're good buddies with the Reebok CrossFit One, Spencer and Austin. Ashley, and of course, Cassandra. Very special to see her. Have you given her any advice, or she's basically like, leave me alone?
I think for the advice that I've shared with Reebok CrossFit One, the team, and Cassandra, my girlfriend, and any athlete, I've been trying to tell them just all weekend, small steps, what is the next goal? If you come in on day 1 and think the goal is to qualify for the games, that's a huge task. Goal is to let's get through this workout and accomplish a couple small things. So just little small bites throughout the weekend, one task at a time. More nerves competing or watching your buddies out there? Watching competition. And when you're invested in somebody is way worse than competing.
Here is Paulson. He's starting to pull away after Cornier had some trouble to handstand walk back to his muscle ups. And now Paulson moving along. He's still got a little over 2 minutes to wrap this up. And his cycle time here in the one-legged squats, really, really good. He is going to have the event lead, barring something strange here in Heat 3.
He is picking up the speed here. As soon as he got to the pistols, I think actually his little bobble, he got held up at the second obstacle on his hands. I think that was the best thing that could have happened. It gave him a breather, and now he's able to just speed through these single-legged squats.
And it's funny, this is the final round. He looks like he's moving the fastest he has on the pistols. So, yeah, clearly there was some sort of plan here.
He's going to have an incredible time. They just passed the event record from Europe that Paulson's going to have the time to beat by a lot. He is going to really crush Josh Gervais's time of 10-10, 8-6. 5 to go for Tim Paulson, the game's veteran, and he needed this one. 8:50 unofficial. That'll help his cause to climb up on moving day. He's fired up. He knew what he needed to do.
And that was a confident effort. That was an awesome event for him.
By nearly a minute and 20 seconds. 8:51.06 that time. So about a minute 19 quicker than the prior time to beat.
Looking at the events of the weekend, that is a scary thing to see a man who is that big, that strong, move that well.
Daniel Cormier will be the next one to finish. He now has 18 as he'll move his marker forward up at the top of the screen in the dark top white sleeves. That is Cody Mooney. Cody Mooney with a 13 to the 20th yesterday, but here's Cormier. Cormier can move up very well. He is in 15th spot, so he is not out by very much. He's in good shape.
Cormier is really hustling these last set of single-legged squats. He is moving. He's riding that line. They have to stand all the way up, and he made sure he did that before he puts the other foot down.
He came in 38 points away from a qualifying spot. He's in 10 minutes. Right now, he is second place overall with 1 heat remaining. Those are going to be some valuable points. He stands really to move up, potentially as high as the top 10 with 1 event remaining today. And here's Cody Mooney. Cody Mooney trying to climb the leaderboard this afternoon. Mooney in 17th with 94 points, so he is 40 points away from getting back to Madison, Wisconsin. Mooney is in with 10:32. That should put him unofficially, I believe, in the top 10 with 1 heat remaining. So we've seen several cap out in the first 2 heats. So as long as you get in and under the time cap, you're probably going to get a top 20, top 25 here in this event.
Well, this is one of those events you don't really know what your competitors are going to do, so it's really hard to gauge, like, what points do I need here? You don't know where you're going to shake out because we've never seen this before. You can gauge other movements that we're familiar with, but Cody Mooney's body language didn't seem like he was very happy with that. He was steady, he was confident, but I think he's a little ticked off that the other guys got in so much ahead of him, and he knows there's 1 heat to go.
Exactly, that's a huge point. There's 1 heat to go, and you do have to come out here. We saw Cormier just smash through the last couple pistols here. People ask why he's winning the heat. Well, because there's 10 other guys who are so hungry and happy to come out here and destroy your score.
Lane number 1, Tristan Myrano, 22nd in the Northeast, 199 worldwide out of Ocean State CrossFit in Cranston, Rhode Island. Of course, he's a rookie here, but they do have a team here as well, and Ocean State's finest doing a really nice job so far in the team competition. Tristan's 22 years old, 5'11", 195 pounds. Yesterday at 23rd, but came back to 13th in event number 2. Very nice job on the benchmark Linda, and he's got a little over a minute remaining in the 13-minute time cap.
What I really like about having the obstacle this year is that it's really hard at the regional level to have any surprise elements or to kind of like just do something that the regional athletes can feel like they do at the games, where it's like, here we go, surprise, you can't practice this. And even though there's 2 more weeks left of competition, the athletes, they're not going to get that much better. They can technique-wise figure it out a little bit, but they're not going to figure it out if they don't have the strength.
They just called a no rep and made Tristan go back. He was surprised. I'm not sure if James, you may have seen it, if the palm wasn't all the way across the line. The entire hand's got to be across. Yeah,
I think that's exactly it. The entire hand has to get across, and it is those little things that can absolutely kill you at any level of competition. It's not just about fitness, it's about composure, and losing in this environment can be really frustrating. So you do all that work, 1 little misstep costs you a big no rep.
And that was a lot of effort that went into that rep too. 1 rep for all that time. He is frustrated. Here it is again.
That palm looks like it's on the line, that right palm. Very great job by our crew and our camera operators as we will time cap out. He's frustrated, but James, it looked like the palm was on the yellow line. I think that was the right call by the judge.
Well, and in that moment, you're not going to deliberate with the judge and come out on top there. You kind of just got to take it for what it is and go back and start over. Trust the person whose heart rate isn't 180 beats per minute. James, thanks so much for stopping by. I know you'll be watching your buddies in the team competition. Always a pleasure. Thank you guys so much.
That is James Hobart, 3-time Affiliate Cup champion, joining us here, and we will get set up for heat number 4, and they'll all try to chase down Tim Paulson, time that he just said. It's coming your way from the East Regional in Albany. 1 heat remaining here in event number 3 for the men at the 2018 East Regional in Albany, New York, inside the Times Union Center. I'm Jeff Private alongside Tanya Wagner, Nick Zielinski on the competition floor, and we have 10 athletes remaining trying to chase down Tim Paulson, who just really made a nice effort in Heat 3. Here's how they stand now after the first two events on Friday. Patrick Milner, 182 points. That cut line, Chase Smith holding it by 8 points over Jeffrey Adler. And Tim Paulson currently in 8th place overall with 116 points. Take a look at your overall leader, and we wondered, will he come in? Will he grab the bull by the horns? He certainly did in first place.
He sure did on day one, and the funny part about that is this is his event. I mean, this is where he took a 3, he took a 2. I am telling you, he is taking a 1 in this event.
Here we go, and they're going to start it off with the 9 muscle-ups, and this is just kind of to get you going, fatigue the shoulders a little bit because you got 3 rounds of some high-skill movement.
It's just some 9 muscle-ups into the handstand walk where we have the new obstacle this year with the ramp and the steps, and then single-legged squats. We call them pistols, but single-legged squats at 36, 45, and then 54 reps in the final round. After they do those single-legged squats, they'll come back through the obstacle course on their hands to go back to the rings.
So here comes the fun, the new obstacle, the new wrinkle that Dave Castro threw in the CrossFit Games this year. He gave you a hint at the Invitational down at Australia as Milner is out first. And, you know, what did we do? We gave you the test. Did you do your homework? Did you try it out at home? And a lot of the athletes did by their makeshift obstacles. Someone went ahead and bought these obstacles, and Pat Milner, no issue whatsoever.
Patrick Milner, his history in gymnastics, his level of gymnastics abilities. Yesterday, after the final event, he's like, "Oh, give me some gymnastics tomorrow," smiling like yesterday wasn't so great for him. I mean, he's just such a good competitor when it comes to things that he's not good at, that he'll keep that stoic face. But for something that he is meant to do well, I really am excited to see what time he puts up, because there's times he's racing that are good times, and he has to move quickly because we saw fast pistols. He can do them, but how quick can he be on them?
Well, we've already got a nice little race of Pat Milner right next to him, and the dark shirt and the white shorts is Marquand Jones. Jones in 3rd place, 146 points, finished 2nd in event 1, came back, did some damage control, not a bad finish, 14th place overall in Linda in event number 2. So 3rd place, and right now Marquand going head-to-head with Pat Milner, and in the background over there in lane number 2 is Peter Shaw. Peter Shaw is on the outside looking in. But Jones and Milner moving the piece at the same time, so they are tied. Let's see how good Jones can do on the handstand walk with Milner. Milner nearly had to do a handstand push-up on the first step.
That's okay. He's strong enough to hold on to that and do it. That's incredible. Now, it looks like...
Big statement. Marquand Jones says, hey, I'm here to play too.
Guys, you're talking about Marquand Jones. I was able to catch up with him before this event started. Just kind of see if he knew he was aware of his position sitting in 3rd place coming in. He said athletes get caught up in not looking at leaderboards and not paying attention to social media. He said, I'm doing the exact opposite. I know exactly where I am. I know what I need to do. I know what I have to do today to keep that and maintain that position. He said he's just embracing the moment. He's going to give it hell. And his strategy, what he described to me as for today, is just controlled chaos. He's got that background as a football player at Clemson University, and nothing's bigger and brighter than the bright lights of Death Valley on a Saturday night. He said this is the exact same mentality. You cannot let the moment get too big for you. And that's exactly what it looks like right now for Marquand Jones. He's going rep for rep with Patrick Milner.
Milner the first off the rings. Marquand Jones still a couple of reps remaining. And that's a good point, Tanya, that Nick just made that Marquand was talking about. That's all well and good not to maybe be leaderboard watching the first day, but you better know where you are on Saturday if you're going to make a move.
You need to know who you're up against and whose points you need to take some from. And that's just it. You know, he knows he's going against Pat Milner. If you know and you're confident in a movement and in what you can do, why not go against the best and get your time to be as close to theirs as possible?
So he is done with the handstand walks. Right now he's a little bit off event record pace. That would have been 3:32, the time marker that Mitchell Adams set, 8:33 back in Europe. Send back downstairs to Nick Zielinski.
Yeah, guys, one more note on Marquand as we're watching him go through these handstand walks. As he was practicing, it'd be one kick up and down, then to get right back up with it, and he was able to complete the whole course. It seems like it's part of his strategy, kind of get his bearings and then hit that whole handstand walk. So if we're looking at him, we're thinking, oh, he's failing attempt after attempt in these handstands. That seemed like it was part of his strategy. Get your bearings and then go. And it seems to be working for him right now as he sits second place behind, of course, Patrick Milner, who's crushing yet another event.
And he gets through in 4:35, very steady. Now, Marquand might sound like a new name to you. Marquand Jones, as Nick mentioned, played football at Clemson. He did actually compete and did pretty well. Top 10 finish back in 2014 at the old Southeast region. Milner, your overall leader here and the leader in this heat. And you can tell he is about 20 or so reps ahead now on the one-legged squats. In the round of 45, that marker moves up every 15 reps.
Marquand really did slow down there in that round. I'm hoping that wasn't a little bit of where he said what he didn't want to do and get caught up in that moment and go for that full obstacle, because he really did slow down this pace, and that's not what Milner's going to do. If anything, Milner's going to pick that up.
Well, you get caught up because you think, yeah, I want to get the points, as many points as I can get, but you always have that story to tell your buddies that, hey, I was rep for rep with Pat Milner one time.
Marquand Jones also was here last year at the regional here in the East. He took 11th, so just outside the top 10 here. So it seems to be that's kind of where he finishes in regional competition. But it's a new year, and so I like to see some of those names that we've seen middle of the pack or like top third kind of break their way in. And any year that's possible.
Pat Milner ready to start his third round. That'll be the final 9 muscle-ups, then get through that handstand walk into the round of 54 single-legged squats. Well, we talked about Marquand up there with less than 5 reps left, but down here in lane number 10, it's Alexander Caron. Caron yesterday really put on a show in event number 2, third place in Linda, and he's moving pretty well at these single-legged squats as well. 10th overall, and so if he has a good event here today, he can punch himself up the leaderboard at 114 points. Not far off at all, trailing Chase Smith with 136 points, so only 22 points out of a qualifying spot as Marquand Jones again picks up onto the obstacle.
Well, just as this obstacle was a separator event for the teams and really an outlier, that's the same thing in this competition. You're not going to see all the top do better and then the bottom of the leaderboard do worse. It's not like that. So there's a big shakeup that can happen. And for these athletes, they really just need to be careful with the guys at the top with not losing too many placements, because it is a tight race between 5th through 18th, through 8th and 9th.
Any of these athletes that get in under 10 minutes are going to have a top 3 in the event. The overall leader right now, Tim Paulson, 8:51. But kind of looking at that 10-minute mark, if you get in here under 10 minutes, that's where third place is right now at 10:15 so far through 3 heats. So you stand to gain a lot of points if you're Marquand Jones, and more importantly, Alexander Corona's Milner comes on across, makes it look cool. Now here is the number we're going to look for. Mitchell Adams from the Europe Regional, 8:33.67. Sure, he was finding the muscle-ups and the handstand walks, but when he got on the pistols, he was lightning fast.
Well, and Milner has to move quick. He has to have lightning-fast transitions, keep these pistols at about a second per. He is moving, but can he keep this pace? This is a quick pace.
It's going to have to be out of a second, a one-legged squat, as that was about the time difference and the amount of pistols, 54, that he has to do. And he's also chasing Tim Paulson here, who added that 8:51. I think he's going to be in good shape for that. At 8:51.06, the event record, he's not going to catch because he's only 10 seconds away from it. That's fine, though. He just wants another 100 points.
He does, and being up there at the top of the leaderboard for him, this isn't, with all the other places, there are people that are so close to him, that are so far down the leaderboard, it really doesn't affect Milner.
He's got about 14 left here once he gets to that final section of 9. This will be the final 9. He's not going to beat Paulson, but he's going to be in really good shape. He's going to keep first place overall through 3 events. Pat Milner is going to walk it across at 8:59 unofficial. So Tim Paulson will be your event winner, but Milner comes in second overall in the event.
He's looking at the clock. His face doesn't show a lot of excitement there. He knew where he was with the clock. He was pushing. And had he been able to just stay in place for all 54 of those final reps, he may just have been able to do it, but that wasn't the name of the game today. Had to move that pylon.
Marquand Jones, his last 54 here. Now 10 minutes would put him in the top 3. In fact, a 10:15 would get him a 3rd place. Jake Marconi had a 10:15.45. 5th place, the top 5 would be 11:07. So he's got plenty of time to get a top 5 in the event. 10:34 will be your marker for a top 4. 13-minute time cap into Marquand Jones, who was rep for rep in the first round with Milner, but fell off on that second handstand walk back to the rig to get into the muscle ups. But all of a sudden now, Alexander Caron at the bottom of your screen in the black top blue shorts. He's just behind Marquand Jones. He's within about 5 reps.
He is strong. He's flying through his great position. His feet stay flat on the ground, which allows him to drive through the ball of his foot and his heel. He can recruit more muscle, so he's more balanced and a lot stronger because he's using more muscles. Very, very impressive for Caron.
Boy, Caron needs this bad. Marquand's in the top 5, but Caron could really make up some ground. Last 5 reps for Caron. Hands up for Marquand Jones, and Caron will overtake another rep for rep. A 1-rep lead for Alexander Caron. We'll wait for the hand. Still a 1-rep lead. Caron rallies, comes from behind to beat Marquand Jones.
Wow.
2nd place in the heat, and Marquand Jones will finish things up in just over 11 minutes.
Alexander Caron, 200 pounds, 5'11". That is a big guy to be flying through pistols like that. That was impressive.
And unofficially, I believe Caron was able to get a top 4. He edges out 5th place, and Alex Bozenart. So he's at least going to should get a top 5 sunshine. As we take a look back, some of the athletes having troubles we've seen in the prior few heats.
So Alexander Caron looking like he'll move up, but right now this is problems for Chase Smith, who sits in the 5th place position.
And Chase Smith only had an 8-point lead. He may be getting bumped out here if he can't get in under the cap, and he's got to get back to the rig right now. So here we go, lane 6 and 7, bottom of the screen in the gray shirt. That is Daniel Vigier, lane 6. That's Craig Kinney, who made a statement yesterday. They are going rep for rep, and a stumble by Vigier in the gray shirt, so that may be a good sign for Craig Kinney. No, Vigier going so fast, the hand is up. Craig Kinney walks forward, so Craig Kinney will edge him out, and Craig Kinney's going to stay in the top 5. We'll say if Vigier did enough to stay in the top 5 as well.
After that racing, Kenny just strolls across the finish line.
Here is Adler on the handstand walk. He will make it back across in lane number 8, and he has really got to hustle. Get all the reps he can. He will cap out, but he needs every rep possible.
He's in that 6th place position, just outside of the qualifying position. But he's hustling.
Tyler Lee, the athlete at the bottom, moving the marker forward in the red shorts. But Adler trying to stay up there in contention. And will time cap out at 13 minutes. But Pat Vellner making the statement. He was your overall leader coming into this event with a 3rd and a 2nd yesterday, and he will take it here. 2nd overall in event 3, 9 minutes, .33.
He took this heat, he dominated. He just didn't have a race like he would have if he would have been in with some of the other athletes in previous heats. So he had a little race early on with Jones. That was a cute little handstand push-up, why not? But he didn't have the race and someone pushing against and alongside of him to the end. So he did all he could against racing the clock, but just wasn't able to wrap up that first. I think he wanted that, and we're about to hear what his feelings are on this event.
Patrick Vellner, winner of Heat 4, Event 3. Patrick, great performances through 3 events so far. Why are you physically or mentally better this year than you were last year?
I don't know if I'm much better physically. I hope to be a little bit, but I think just an extra year of competition, going through a little bit of adversity last year, and the amount of events you accumulate over a season of competition just helps you be a little bit more seasoned and more prepared the next time you hit the floor. So I think mentally I'm a little more there. I know how to lead a pack. I know how to do a few more things. And the more tricks you have in your bag, the better, right? So,
speaking to being that veteran, you had to fail in that last handstand walk in the last round. What goes through your mind when you fail a rep like that, but you're way out front? How do you manage that?
I don't think I did a good job of it. I shouldn't have looked directly at my judge with such a guilty look on my face, but I knew I kind of was flirting on that line, and I tried to reach my hand back in to get it, but he called it on it, and it was the right call. So you can't do much but go back and do it. I had one more set of handstand walks, so try not to waste too much time, because I knew from the prior heats that the time was close. I was about even with the splits that Tim had put up. And so I was going to try to catch him, and that slip up kind of cost me the event win on that one, just because, I mean, when you try to rush a technical movement like that, that's what you risk having happen.
Longer event so far, event 4, a little bit more of a sprint. How do you attack that one going into the final event for Saturday?
Yeah, you just got to shut your eyes, I think, and hope for the best. That one's going to hurt a lot. I think a different kind of hurt than we had in event 1, obviously, like that long, slow death compared to this one where it's just going to feel like you can't breathe for the 5-6 minutes you're on the floor, and probably for a good 10 to 20 after that as well. So I think you just got to kind of shut your eyes and grip it and rip it and give it your best shot. That's what it's made for.
Well, we look forward to seeing that. Patrick Vellner, good luck event 4.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Patrick Vellner is going to maintain first place overall after 3 events. We're going to get things ready for the females. They'll be coming up in a little while. But meanwhile, let's go out to the HQ studios and the update show and check on the other regionals.